Welcome back, everyone. James was one step too late. Just one step. The woman with the red mole. Diep's mother abandoned her stall and vanished without a trace in this city of millions. The thread connecting him to the truth has been completely severed. While James is spiraling in desperation, another shockwave hits him coming from his own father. A sudden business trip. A hanging confession. In 7 days, I'll tell you the truth about Diep and your biological mother. Why wait 7 days? What is Mr. Hoan planning? Is he trying to destroy evidence? Or is he running from the past? This is an episode full of suspicion and fear. Is the truth about Diep's bloodline and James's origins about to be exposed? Or will it sink into the darkness forever? The answer lies right in this video. Don't forget to drop a like to support James, and remember to smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss the fateful Judgment Day. Let's get into the movie right now. The city sun is brutal today. The dry heat of the changing seasons makes the air suffocatingly thick, but the heat outside is nothing compared to the fire burning inside James right now. It's been 3 days since that fateful night he secretly took his father's hair sample. 3 days, 72 hours. Every second feels like a century to James. He can't just sit still in his air-conditioned office, staring at the calendar and waiting for that damn 15-day mark. The passive waiting is driving him insane. Negative thoughts creep into his mind like toxic weeds. What if Diep really is my sister? What if Mrs. Ly Tu Diep's mom really was my dad's old lover? No, James slams his hand on the steering wheel. He refuses to sit around waiting for fate's judgment. He has to act. He has to find that woman named Lan. She is the only living witness, the only person who can decode this secret before that cold DNA result gets printed out. James navigates his pickup truck into the city's oldest labor markets. In his hand is a blown-up, blurry black and white photo, the only picture of Diep's mother that Mr. Hung had left. He asks every motorbike taxi driver, every tea stall lady, every landlord, "Mom, please take a close look. Have you ever seen this woman? Her name is Lan, about 45 to 50 years old. Mountain accent, has a red mole near her left eye." The motorbike taxi driver squints at the photo, then shakes his head vigorously. "Beats me, son. People flood into this city like ants. I see 1,000 people a day. How am I supposed to remember some lady from 20 years ago? And you look so fancy. Why are you looking for someone in this slum?" James forces a smile quickly, stuffs a bill into the man's hand, and turns away. The disappointment grows heavier with every step. He hired private investigators, but he trusts his own intuition more. He dives into the alleyways, the dilapidated boarding houses, the cheap rice stalls. He believes that if Diep's mother left for money like Mr. Hung said, she'd be living in a wealthy area. But if she had a hidden burden, she'd be hiding in the fringes of society. Sweat soaks through James's shirt. His expensive leather shoes are stained with mud. He's scared. He's not scared of the hard work. He's scared of the brutal truth. He's terrified that when he finds her, she'll nod and say, "Yes, Diep is Mr. Hoan's daughter." That sentence would be the dagger that kills his love. But he'd rather die of pain once than live in suspicion forever. James stops in front of a small alley. He leans back against the wall, gasping for breath. He takes out his phone, looking at the screen. No messages from the hospital. No messages from Diep either. He misses Diep, misses her terribly. He wants to call her, wants to ask what she's doing, if she's eaten yet. But his finger hovers over the call button, then drops. He doesn't dare face her right now. He's afraid he'll break down and cry like a child. Instead, he opens his contacts and finds another familiar number. the number he saved a few days ago, Mr. Hung. James texts a short message, but it holds all his silent care for Diep. Have you gotten on the bus yet? She really needs family by her side right now. I've taken care of all the expenses. Just follow the address I sent. He hits send. James exhales. At least he did something for Diep while he's absent. Leaving the dusty noise of the city behind, we arrive at a peaceful suburb with rolling green hills. Diep doesn't live in cramped rentals. She rents a small wooden house sitting alone halfway up the hill. The rent here is cheap because it's far from the center and hard to get to, but in return it gives her the silence she craves. The tiny house with its old tin roof is nestled in a lush green vegetable garden. Out front, a sponge-gourd trellis is blooming with bright yellow flowers, attracting buzzing bees looking for nectar. The scene is as beautiful as an ink painting, yet tinged with sadness. A vague melancholy creeps into every blade of grass and leaf. Diep is out in the garden. She's wearing old work clothes, a conical hat on her head, holding a hoe. She's tilling the soil to plant a new batch of mustard greens. Batch. Thud. 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 The sound of the hoe striking the dry earth echoed hollowly. Diep worked tirelessly, sweat soaking her temples, rolling down her cheeks salty and stinging. She intentionally pushed her body to the breaking point. She wanted physical exhaustion to drown out her mental agony, because the moment she stopped, the image of James and that DNA test paper would haunt her again. Who am I? Diep asked herself, her hands never stopping. Do I even have the right to love him? The wind on the hill blew hard, knocking off her conical hat. Diep dropped the hoe and ran to retrieve it. She stood frozen in the wind, looking down at the winding red dirt road leading to the foot of the hill. The road was completely deserted, not a soul in sight. How long has it been since she felt protected? Since leaving her hometown to start a career here, she had always steeled herself to survive. She thought she was strong until she met James. He showed her what it was like to be weak, to lean on someone. But now that very anchor was shaking violently. Diep slumped down onto the freshly tilled row of vegetables. She raised a hand to wipe the sweat, but wiped away tears instead. She missed her dad. She missed Tuan. Even if her father was rough around the edges, even if he had hidden the truth about her mother, he was still her dad. He was the man who had raised her single-handedly for 20 years. Amidst this extreme identity crisis, she craved the warmth of her own flesh and blood. She yearned to hear her dad scolding her, yearned to see Tuan grinning and showing off a perfect grade. James, in 15 days, will I still be allowed to call your name? Diep whispered to the wind. The wind whistled like a sigh from the heavens, carrying the sorrow of the small girl. While Diep was drowning in her endless thoughts, a strange noise suddenly came from the bamboo gate at the bottom of the slope. A yellow taxi covered in road dust struggled up the steep slope and stopped right in front of her gate. Diep squinted. Who would come looking for her in this god-forsaken place? James drove a black pickup truck. Was it the landlord coming for rent? The taxi door opened. A gaunt, weather-beaten man stepped out, an old cloth bundle slung over his shoulder. Following him was a tall teenage boy, looking around in bewilderment. Diep sprang to her feet. Her heart skipped a beat. She rubbed her eyes. Was the sun playing tricks on her? That slightly hunched walk, that brown shirt with the frayed shoulders. Diep, my child. The raspy call, heartbreakingly familiar, tore through the silence of the hills. It was Dad. It was Mr. Hung and Tuan, too. Sis, big sis! Tuan waved frantically, a radiant smile lighting up his sun-darkened face. Diep threw her hoe on the ground. Forgetting her sandals, she sprinted barefoot down the slope. Dad, Tuan. her throat choked up. Tears burst forth like a broken dam. Mr. Hung stood there watching his little girl running toward him. His old eyes turned red. He opened his calloused, rough arms to welcome her. Diep crashed into her father's embrace. She hugged him tight, sobbing like a child who had been wrongly punished. She inhaled the scent of sweat of strong tobacco, the deep smell of home clinging to his shirt. The smell she used to complain was stinky, now smelled so sweet, so warm. "Dad, why did you come up here? How did you know where I live?" Diep asked between sobs. Mr. Hung patted his daughter's back, his hand clumsy but full of love. "Oh, you silly girl. You're a grown woman and still crying like a baby. You're so thin. Why have you wasted away like this working in the city?" Tuan squeezed in, hugging both his father and sister. "Big sis, I missed you so much. Dad talks about you all the time at home." The three of them hugged under the vast sky amidst the green vegetable garden. The wind still blew, but it was no longer cold. The warmth of family chased away the loneliness that had shrouded this small house. It was a sacred moment where all doubts and worries were temporarily shelved, and only the bond of blood reigned supreme. Diep helped her father and brother inside. The wooden house was simple but neat and tidy. She hurriedly poured water and got a towel for her father to wipe his sweat. "Drink some water, Dad. It's such a long, hard journey. But how did you find this place? It's so hard to find. Even my friends barely know it." Diep wondered, her hand still clutching her father's hand, as if afraid he would disappear. Mr. Hung downed the cup of cool, fresh tea in one gulp, set it down and sighed. He looked at his daughter with a gaze full of guilt mixed with gratitude. "I'm no saint. I couldn't have found this on my own," Mr. Hung said slowly. "It's all thanks to James." James Diep was stunned. "Yeah, that day he came to our house after he grilled me about your mother." Mr. Hung hesitated a bit, mentioning the past, then continued. "When he left, he came back to see me privately. He gave me some money, said it was for bus fare and food on the road. He wrote down this address and even drew a map for me." Tuan chimed in his voice, excited. "He told Dad very carefully, sis. He said you were going through a tough time, that you were very lonely. He said you needed family by your side right now more than anything. He said he was busy with important business and couldn't be with you. So he asked Dad to come take care of you for a few days." As Diep listened, the tears kept falling. Every word from Tuan felt like a warm stream flowing into her heart. It turned out, he hadn't abandoned her at all. While he was frantically racing against time, facing the terrifying fear of their bloodline, he was still looking out for her, down to the smallest detail. He knew she was afraid of being alone. He knew she needed family. He had silently arranged this reunion as an apology, a way to make up for the stormy days ahead. Mr. Hung looked at his daughter, his voice lowering. "He's a good man, honey. My judgment of character is never wrong. Even though I don't know what your relationship is, or if my past with Mr. Hoan affects anything. The way he takes care of you, I can see it's sincere." Diep buried her face in her father's rough hands, crying soundlessly. She cried out of happiness. She cried because she felt lucky. No matter what the DNA result was, the love James had for her was real. His silent sacrifice was real. "Dad!" Diep looked up, her eyes swimming in tears. "Tell me about Mom and Mr. Hoan. Do you believe I am your biological daughter?" The room went quiet. Mr. Hung looked deep into his daughter's eyes. He placed both hands on her shoulders, squeezing gently. Diep, no matter what that test paper says, or what people gossip about, in my heart, you will always be my daughter. You're the child I held when you were red and wrinkly, the one I fed every spoon of porridge to the one I rocked to sleep. Blood is important, yes, but raising a child is worth 1,000 times more. Mr. Hung's affirmation was like powerful medicine soothing Diep's bleeding soul. She hugged her father tight again. Outside, the afternoon sun began to turn honey gold, slanting through the wooden slats, warming the three figures leaning on each other. But the story doesn't end there. Elsewhere in the city, James's phone suddenly buzzed violently. A message from the private investigator arrived with a blurry photo taken from a security camera in an old market. In the photo was a gaunt woman carrying street vendor baskets, and near her left eye, there was a very distinct red mole. James stared blankly at the phone. His heart pounded. A clue found is that woman, Mrs. Lan. And where is she in this massive city? The reunion on the high hill warmed Diep's heart, but the hunt down in the city was just entering its most intense phase. On one side, warm family bonds. On the other, the truth slowly revealing itself. Will James find Diep's mother before the DNA results come in? And will that street vendor bring good news or bad news for our couple? The door of hope had just cracked open with the detective's blurry photo, only to be slammed shut by a harsh reality right in James's face. James flew to the old market on the western edge of the city, where the security camera had captured the woman with the red mole. He ignored the scorching heat, ignored the dust staining his expensive suit. He dove into the smelliest, dampest corners of the market. "Ma'am, excuse me, have you seen this street vendor?" James held up his phone, asking a fishmonger. The fishmonger squinted, then shook her head and waved him off. "Don't know. There are 1,000 people in this market who can remember. Move along, let me sell my fish." James didn't give up. He ran to the vegetable stalls, the meat stalls, the dried goods section. The patience of the calm director was gone, replaced by the panic of a son searching for the truth of a man trying to save his love. Finally, an old parking attendant in the corner recognized her. "Ah, her. That's Sadlan, right? The lady who sells sweet soup always looks miserable." James's eyes lit up. "Yes, her name is Lan. Do you know where she lives? Or where she usually sells?" The old man clicked his tongue, sighing a sigh that stopped James's heart. "You're too late. She just left yesterday. Heard she was being chased by debt collectors or gangsters for money, so she fled to who knows where. I saw her baskets abandoned over by that trash pile this morning." James froze. He looked where the old man pointed. In the corner of the trash heap, the old broken carrying pole lay abandoned. A few chipped bowls were scattered around. The only trace of Diep's mother had been wiped clean. The trail had gone cold. The only thread connecting Diep to her past, connecting him to the truth, had been ruthlessly severed. James stood rooted in the middle of the noisy market, but his ears were ringing. He couldn't hear a thing. A wave of helplessness washed over him. He was one step too late, just one step, but now she was miles away. Now he had no witness. He only had the pending DNA result and his father, Mr. Hoan. James returned home looking devastatingly defeated. He walked into the magnificent villa, a stark contrast to the filthy market he had just left. In the living room, Mr. Hoan was adjusting his tie in front of the mirror. Beside him was a neatly packed suitcase. He was about to go on a business trip, an important trip to Europe for a week. "You're back?" Mr. Hoan asked, eyes still on the mirror, his tone strangely calm. "I was just about to call you. I have to head to the airport now." James stared at his father. 1,000 questions raced through his mind. Did he know Diep's mother had just fled? Did he know his son had stolen his hair? Was he truly Mrs. Lan's lover from all those years ago? James's silence forced Mr. Hoan to turn around. He looked at his only son, his gaze lingering on the mud-stained shoes and James's haggard face. A flicker of hesitation appeared in his eyes, but was quickly masked by his usual stern demeanor. "Is there something you want to tell me?" Mr. Hoan asked. James took a deep breath, deciding to gamble everything. He couldn't let his father leave without an answer. "Dad," James's voice was hoarse. "Before you go, I need to ask you something about the past, about a woman named Lan." The room suddenly fell dead silent. The ticking of the wall clock was deafening. Mr. Hoan didn't flinch, nor did he look away. He looked straight into James's eyes. That gaze was deep, filled with experience and buried secrets. He slowly walked over to James, placing a hand on his shoulder. His hand felt heavy. "James," he called his son's name, his voice lowering. "I know what you are doing, and I also know what you are suspecting." James was stunned. Dad knew he was investigating, or did he know about the DNA test? Mr. Hoan smiled a sad and cryptic smile. "You're a grown man. You have the right to seek your own truth. I won't stop you. But some truths, if spoken at the wrong time, become a poison that kills everything." Mr. Hoan glanced at his watch, then patted James's shoulder lightly. "This business trip is crucial for the corporation. I can't postpone it. But I promise you." He paused for a moment, his eyes turning resolute. "When I return, I will tell you everything. About Mrs. Lan, about Diep, and even about your biological mother." James froze. His biological mother. His mother died when he was a child, didn't she? Why did his father bring her up in this story? Was his mother involved too? "Dad, what do you mean?" James stammered. Mr. Hoan waved his hand, pulling his suitcase to the door. "Not now. Please wait for my return. Just 7 days. At that time, I will personally confess all the sins and secrets of my life in front of you and even Diep. Trust me this one time." The luxury car was waiting at the door. The driver rushed in to take the luggage. Mr. Hoan stepped into the car without looking back, leaving James rooted in the vast living room with a mess even more terrifying than before. Mr. Hoan's car disappeared behind the iron gate. James slumped onto the sofa. His father's promise echoed in his ears. "When I return, I will tell you everything." Why not say it now? Why wait another 7 days? Is the truth so horrific that he needs time to prepare, mentally? Or is he plotting something to cover up the past? And more terrifyingly, he mentioned your biological mother. James shuddered. A crazy hypothesis flashed through his mind. Could it be that his mother and Diep's mother have some connection? Or even more horrifying, is Mrs. Lan actually— No! James shook his head violently to banish that wild thought. 7 days for his father's trip. It coincided almost perfectly with the wait for the DNA results, which was now only about 10 days away. Everything seemed to be converging on one fateful moment in time. James pulled out his phone and called Diep. On the other end, Diep picked up on the first ring, as if she had been counting the seconds waiting for him. "James!" Diep's voice rang out warm, yet filled with anxiety. "Diep!" James tried to keep his voice steady. "The lead on your mother. I'm so sorry the trail went cold. She's already left the market." There was a suppressed sigh on the other end. Then Diep tried to sound strong. "It's okay. I have Dad and Tuan here with me now. I'm fine. Please don't blame yourself. And there's something else." James hesitated. "My father just left on a business trip. He promised that when he gets back, he'll reveal the whole truth. He even mentioned you. He wants to meet you." "Meet me?" Diep gasped. "Yeah, maybe. He owes you an explanation. We have to wait, Diep. Just 7 more days. Please try to hold on and wait with me." The call ended in a silence of mutual understanding between two lovers. They were standing on the precipice of the biggest storm of their lives. The coming week would be the longest week of the century. James stood by the window watching the rain sheet across the sky. His father was gone, taking the key to unlocking the secret with him. But a vague sense of unease rose in James's heart, an ominous premonition. They say that promises like, "Wait until I return and I'll tell you," are often promises made by the Grim Reaper himself. In movies, characters who say that never make it back. James shuddered. He quickly pushed that jinxed thought away. His father was just going on a business trip. He had bodyguards, assistants. He would be safe. But what is the truth Mr. Hoan wants to confess? Why did he use the phrase, confess his sins? What did he do in the past? Did he force himself on Mrs. Lan? Did he snatch Diep from her arms? Or was he the reason Mrs. Lan's life became so miserable? And most importantly, will Mr. Hoan's truth match the DNA results currently sitting in that lab? If Mr. Hoan confesses, "Diep is my daughter," and the DNA result also reads positive for blood relation, then it's game over. But what if Mr. Hoan confesses something else? Like, "Diep isn't my daughter, but I killed her biological father." James's imagination was painting hundreds of scenarios, each one soaked in blood and tears. Tonight James would lose sleep again, and Diep up on that windy hill was surely clasping her hands in prayer. Dear viewers, the trail has gone cold, the witness has vanished. The only hope now rests on Mr. Hoan's business trip. Will he return safely to fulfill his promise? Or will some terrible tragedy strike along the way, burying the truth forever? And what are the sins Mr. Hoan mentioned? Leave your theories in the comments below. Is Mr. Hoan Diep's biological father? Did Mr. Hoan harm Diep's family? Or is it some other earth-shattering secret? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the moment Mr. Hoan returns and the velvet curtain of secrecy is lifted. The truth is getting very close. Goodbye and see you next time.